Hello, random YouTube people. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to get your laptop or your MacBook to work with not one, not two, but 3 external monitors and how to get it to work in clamshell mode. Stay tuned. So this is my setup. I have a MacBook Pro with a M1 chip in it. So latest that they have from Apple at this time of recording this video. And you can see I've got 3 monitors being powered by the laptop, and I have my nice sound bar that I added. And of course, the Bluetooth keyboard and mouse so that I can control the computer when the laptop's in clamshell mode. So let's talk about how I got this set up just like this. First thing you'll notice is the stand I have for my MacBook. Now, this is a 16-inch MacBook. It's pretty heavy, and so it just has a stand that when you put weight on it, it squeezes the laptop to stay in place. A quick review of this stand is it's great as long as you keep it in there, but if you're trying to put the laptop in one-handed, you'll see that it kind of doesn't work very well and it can fall over really easy. But for the most part, if it's just in there and pushed off to the side, like I have it, it works great. So that's step 1, a stand for your laptop to be in clamshell mode. Step 2 is to get a multi-screen docking station. This one supports 3 monitors. This particular docking station I got is 3 monitors, 2 HDMI ports, and 1 VGA, which works great for my setup because my old 23-inch monitors that are 1080p only have VGA and DVI ports. So that 1 VGA port on the back of this docking station works great. All products that you see will be linked in the description below this video. But this iMac is getting really old and slow, so we've upgraded to a new M2 MacBook Pro. I thought I could use the Mac as a display, but I cannot because it's older and it doesn't have the, I think they called it a display port. Maybe it was something else. Either way, this particular iMac, which is a 5K screen, I cannot use as just a standalone external monitor, which I was really hoping for. So we have a 4K Dell monitor in the middle, and I'm going to try to use my similar setup that I'm used to, powered off of the Mac, maybe hopefully in clamshell mode. So in order to do that, I purchased this docking system. This is a 2B number 1. That's what they want to be called, I guess. 2B number 1. Triple display docking system, and it's USB-C powered. So let's get this thing set up and looked at it. Now we're looking at the back of the box here, and you'll see that there's an HDMI 1, and that will work without any kind of drivers or anything like that. It'll just work right out of the box. But if you want to use HDMI 2 or VGA or all 3, to use that, you're going to have to download the driver. Let me show you where to download the driver from and how to install that. Now, before we install this hardware, we need to download this driver first. So go ahead and go to Google and search for SM76 driver download. That's going to take you to this website, Silicon Motion, and that's the one that we want to click on right there, SM76K driver download. And that's going to take you to the driver download. Of course, you can download for Windows. I'm on a Mac, and this is a M2. So this is going to do Mac OS 13 Ventura, which is what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and download that. That driver download is going to look like this. So you'll turn it on, and then as per Mac usually, we have this simple drag into your applications folder, which I've already done. Then you will find in your applications folder and double click and run the program. It's going to ask you if you want to, so I've already set this up, so this is why we're getting this message here, but it's going to ask you if you want to allow screen recording, and you are going to have to, yes, allow that, or it's not going to work. And so you're going to go through all that setup, and when you start it again, this is what it's going to look like. But yes, download this application and you're good to go. And we're going to go ahead and open it up. And inside is this little extended warranty if you want. Cool, we're gonna set that to the side. I'm gonna bend this box a little bit so it'll stay open. All right, they've got some packing, and here is the docking station. It's nice and packed in here. Let's go ahead and open that up. All right. So here's our docking station. What we have on the back is HDMI 1, which again will work out of the box. No setup or driver required. HDMI 2 and VGA, you see it says driver based. So we're going to install that on the computer. Then I have the power USB-C port used for plugging into the included power adapter. And then you have a gigabit Ethernet. On the other side, we have the host port, which is USB-C that connects to your laptop. And then you have SD, an input for microphone and speaker, and then 4 USB 3 ports there. Also in the box are 2 USB-C or Thunderbolt 4 cables, and it could be Thunderbolt 3, but USB-C either way. So we get 2 of those, and then we have another box here, and inside that box is the power adapter here. So this is to provide sure power right to the device, and you see that it will fold up like this. And then you plug in USB-C from here to your docking station. Just a quick look at my setup. I have a Netgear Nighthawk mesh satellite coming here for internet. And underneath I have all of those cables plugging in, and then this is my Mocha adapter to have the signal come in from my coax cable and go from Ethernet to the satellite, and then the satellite Ethernet directly into my docking station for internet. And then as far as the setup of this, if I look behind my computer monitors here, I have a power supply unit. It's for surge protecting and everything, and so I will plug my power from the dock into one of these ports here. I'll probably put it into the one that has battery and surge instead of just surge. So let's go ahead and do that. Here is my power adapter. I'll go ahead and plug it into this empty port right here. Good. Then I need to get my USB-C cable and plug it into that. USB Type-C plugged in for power. So I have my power from my power strip surge protector here into the back, into the power port. You can see that little power icon right there. So USB-C to power. Now I'm probably going to put my docking station in this empty space here. So this main will be my main monitor, and it will be running on HDMI into the HDMI 1 port. This is my secondary monitor that I use most often, and this will be my other HDMI port. This particular monitor is old, so it has a VGA and a DVI port. So I have this DVI to HDMI cable. Where is that? All right, here's the other end. All right, so DVI to HDMI, this will be HDMI 2. And then this monitor, the exact same thing as this monitor over here. It will be plugged into the VGA port because there is VGA on this monitor. If you don't have VGA and you still want to use this docking station VGA port, you can use an adapter to go from HDMI to VGA or DVI to VGA or DisplayPort to VGA. You can find all those kinds of adapters online, but the third monitor would have to be VGA on this particular dock. They have more expensive docks that have 3 HDMI ports, but this is the one that I've chosen to go with. It's a little bit cheaper, and we're hoping that it's going to do a great job for us. All right, so I have the HDMI from my monitor coming into the HDMI 1 port on the back. So that's my main monitor. So for HDMI 2, I have my DVI from my second monitor, DVI to HDMI into HDMI 2 port. Then I have VGA from my third monitor into the VGA port on the display or the docking station. I'm going to make this look all pretty afterwards, but I just kind of wanted to see that it worked. The last step for me right now is to plug my laptop into the host port right here in the front. I wish that host port was on the back, but it is what it is. So I'm just going to drop that down right here for now. And sorry about all the blurriness. And then I'll connect my computer. So I've got the USB-C in the host port, and that will plug directly into your computer's USB-C port. I'm going to choose this one next to the power adapter. Now the important thing to know too with this, sorry I'm trying to do this one-handed, is that the external displays, the multiple displays, will only work if you have power connected to your MacBook. And you can see this screen already kind of popped up. It says Silicon Motion on it. I haven't even opened my computer yet, but you saw that that started to happen. So will only work if you have power plugged in. Technically, this can power your laptop through the USB-C, but in order to run multiple displays, your laptop needs power. So let's go ahead and open it up and see. So we have our old silicon thing open. We don't need that anymore. Let's go ahead and say, I want to allow this accessory. Yes. Power is on all my monitors. All right, so I've got two displays right now. I just turned on the main display. Let's see if that takes a second to boot up there. Zoom out a little bit. All right, so I have 3 monitors right now, and I have my laptop running at the same time. So technically I have 4 monitors. So we have this little InstaView thing that popped up, and I don't think we need to interact with that at all. I'm just gonna leave it open and come into my system settings. And you're gonna come down to display, displays over here. Now this is where you can do your arrangement of the displays, how you want them. I want the Dell to be my main computer. I'll put it up top. I want the, I'm not sure which one this is. Oh, that's my laptop. I'll put it underneath the main monitor there. And here's my first secondary monitor. Actually, that's showing, you see this little red line, that's showing that it's the monitor on the right. So I'm going to put it as the monitor on the right, and then monitor on the left right here, over there. All right, so that's my arrangement. So when I move my mouse up, I go into the Dell. When I go to the left, I go into the HP on the left. When I go all the way to the right, I go into the HP on the right. And then you can come in further and set up which display you want to be the main. Now, of course, this is for Mac OS. I'm not sure the exact process for Windows, but you'll be able to figure it out, I'm sure. So it sets right now to have my main display as the laptop. I want the Dell to be my main display. So I click on the Dell screen and I say main display. And so everything pushed up there, I've got my dock, or I should have it when I roll down. My dock's still on my laptop. I'm gonna have to figure that out, but this is the main display now, and I can even shut my laptop and work completely off of these screens. I have not yet set up my wireless keyboard and trackpad, but when I do, I can have the Mac shut, and I can even clamshell it up, leave it shut, and work completely off of my wireless keyboard and mouse, and work my 3 display just like I would normally. So hopefully this has been very informative for you. Looks like it's rocking for me. Well, here we go. Got a nice screensaver running on all 4 displays. If I shut this one, then they've all powered off. Oh, there we go. Now it's switched to running the wallpaper just on these 3 displays with the laptop in clamshell mode. So the last thing to do is clean up this whole area and make the cords look nice and pretty, but I will leave that up to you folks. So thank you for watching. Again, if you didn't like my video, feel free to go make your own video. Correction, I was wrong. It will still work even if you don't have your laptop plugged in. Look at that. Wow. There you go. Don't forget to subscribe and to give a thumbs up to this video.